Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Turnbuckle, your source for all things WWE and wrestling related. First off, I want to give a shout out to our newest subscriber, Steez. We promised to give him a shout out, so here's your shout out: youtube.com/Steez. That's STEZ. Alright, heading into January 29th edition of Monday Night Raw. Pat McAfee started the show as its new permanent commentator. Now that the football season is over, looks like he'll be coming back full time. CM Punk then came out and talked about his injury from the Royal Rumble, saying he'd be out for 4 to 6 months before being interrupted by Drew McIntyre. After exchanging a couple of words, Drew McIntyre then attacked CM Punk before being rushed out of the ring by Sami Zayn. It was also commercial free for the first hour. After the first match of the night was an undisputed tag team championship match between DIY and Judgment Day. That was an A+ match. These teams really know how to work together, and Judgment Day got the win. We were then treated after said match to a R-Truth and Judgment Day segment, which is always funny. Truth then got jumped by the Judgment Day, by JD and Dominic. The Miz tried to save R-Truth, but ultimately failed. Cody Rhodes then came out to address who he's facing at WrestleMania, with everyone thinking he was gonna go against Roman. But Seth Rollins interrupted Cody. He wanted Cody to choose himself for the Royal Rumble, for WrestleMania instead of Roman. Saying that his championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, was the workhorse title, was the one that Dusty would have wanted him to win, and not, as he calls it, the Hollywood title, or the one that Roman holds. Cody would finish the segment telling Rollins he'd think about it. The second match of the night was a tag team match between Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Stark and Baszler won that match. It was a C- of a match, not really too interesting from that Raw. Next we have Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. An A match. Jey Uso picked up the W. Honestly, building more and more momentum towards him possibly being the one to dethrone Gunther, as it seems like he's shooting for the Intercontinental Championship as his first singles championship. Then we had the IC Championship match between Gunther, the champion, and Kofi Kingston. Kofi put up a valiant effort, but in the end, Gunther still reigned supreme. That was an A+ of a match. Then we had another tag team match between the Kabuki Warriors and Tegan Knox versus Natalya. The Kabuki Warriors got the win. Another match for the women's, nothing too exciting. The main event of that night was Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Winner of that match, it was a high stakes match. I say high stakes, but it meant a lot to Sami Zayn to try to get that win. Unfortunately, Drew McIntyre won, but the way the match went back and forth, it was an S tier of a match. Raw that week got an A- of a grade. Alright, SmackDown, the February 2nd edition of SmackDown. Logan Paul started off the show talking about how his win over Kevin Owens was, before being interrupted by Kevin Owens. Not much to say there. Kevin Owens still wants to go after Logan Paul's United States Championship match. It looks like they might be building up to another one of that to rematch. The first match of the night was Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory, an A+ of a match, with Kevin Owens taking the dub. There's actually only 3 matches on SmackDown. Kind of a low edition of SmackDown, more talking segments than fighting. Something I really don't personally like. So I'll just go ahead and get the 2 other matches out of the way. So the second match was a Fatal 4-Way Undisputed Tag Team Championship qualifying match between Pretty Deadly, LWO, Legado del Fantasma, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bates. With Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates getting the win, it was an A+ match. They are set to face off next week, this week's edition of SmackDown, against another team. I will not reveal who. The last match of the night was Tiffany Stratton versus Michin. Tiffany Stratton won, solidifying her place as a new SmackDown star coming from NXT with an A- of a match. SmackDown all in all got an A+, and some more stuff we are treated to on SmackDown. Bayley came out to pick her WrestleMania 40 opponent, and not surprisingly to me, everyone had a feeling that she was going to go this way. She revealed that she actually understood Japanese and knew the entire time what Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane were talking about behind her back. Bayley was then jumped by the Kabuki Warriors before she grabbed a metal pipe and started evening the odds, per se. She then revealed that she is going to be choosing Io Sky at WrestleMania 40 to attempt to take the championship away from her. There was a 6-man tag match that was supposed to start between Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits taking on the Final Testament, Karrion Kross's team. However, before the match even started, it broke out into a brawl where it seemed as though the Final Testament had the upper hand until B-Fab from the I forget what their team name was, but it was from that stupid rapper team, the freaking one that had the big fat guy in it, the one that Michael Cole did. Like, she came out and helped even the numbers. We then got treated to Cody Rhodes making his decision. However, before Cody Rhodes could come out, Roman would walk down to the ring and then address that. Well, he would then address what Seth Rollins said on Monday Night Raw, taking shot after shot at Rollins, even saying that, even going when he said Rollins' name, there was no pop. He said, "That's right, no pop." Let's see. Cody then came out to hopefully gave us an answer, but he pretty much said that he wasn't gonna face Roman at WrestleMania, and that he had talked to some people, one that knew, especially one person that knew Roman very well. Cue The Rock coming out, surprising everyone. The Rock and Roman would have a face-off as SmackDown went off there. So that's it for Raw and SmackDown of the past week. But I just want to take into consideration. I want to tell you guys, I know we're not that big of a channel, but I feel like I gotta say this as well because I've seen other wrestling channels say this as well. Please, The Rock's daughter may be in wrestling and may be working for the WWE as a general manager right now. Please do not send her death threats. She is getting them because of the whole Rock and Cody situation, and she does not deserve them. She has no part of this whatsoever. She is completely innocent on this. Just because she's The Rock's daughter doesn't mean she knows everything that's going on. This has honestly taken the world by storm. And I'll explain why this is happening. It's because the allegations that came out against Vince McMahon were taking the spotlight so much so that WWE felt the need to step in and try to take our attention away from that. And they succeeded. Because now what everyone is talking about is how The Rock is screwing Cody over, and how it's like CM Punk all over again, where CM Punk was supposed to be in the main event so many odd years ago, and The Rock stepped in and politicked his way into a main event slot at WrestleMania without having to do work for it. And so if you want to show your support, all you gotta do is just put hashtag We Want Cody WWE cannot ignore the fans because I am standing with this. Cody Rhodes needs to finish his story. There was no reason for him to win the Royal Rumble. If that was the case, if they had already knew they were going to do Rock versus Roman, there was no reason for him to win the Royal Rumble then. And I don't know if they're trying to swerve us with this, but just leave family members that have nothing really to do with this kind of stuff out of this situation. Let's see where WWE takes it. They are monitoring the situation carefully. So, yeah, that's about it. See you guys next time.